Good morning, dear students. Today we are going to start chapter 12, that is friction. According to Newton's first law of motion, a body continues to be in its state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line unless an external force acts on it. This means a ball rolling on the ground must continue to move forever unless stopped by some force. But our common experience is that a ball rolling on the ground gradually slows down and finally stops even when no external force is applied on it. Then question arises, why does a rolling ball stops after moving through a certain distance? In fact, the rolling ball stops after covering a certain distance due to the force of friction acting between the ball and the ground. So we can say force of friction is the force which opposes the motion of an object over a surface, and this force of friction acts between the object and the surface. In other words, we can say the force acting along the two surfaces in contact which opposes the motion of one body over the other is called the force of friction, and this force of friction is commonly called friction. This friction always opposes the relative motion between the two bodies in contact irrespective of the direction of motion. For example, a ball rolling on ground gradually slows down and comes to rest due to the force of friction between the ball and the ground. In the same way, if we stop pedaling a bicycle, it gradually slows down and comes to a stop due to force of friction between the wheel and the road. Here are shown their diagrams. In first diagram, a ball is shown rolling on the ground, and this ball comes to rest after some time due to force of friction applied by the ground. In the same way, in second direction, second diagram, the direction of friction is shown, in which it is shown that friction always opposes the motion of the object. If any object is moving forward, then the friction will be applied in backward direction, and so on. In third diagram, one person is shown pedaling the bicycle, and the bicycle stops after stopping the pedaling due to the frictional force applied by the ground. Now there is given an activity 12.1 in your book, in which we have to push a book lying on the table. When we are pushing the book lying on the table, after some time we see that this book stops after covering some distance. Now it has been asked, if we push the book from the opposite direction, in which we firstly applied the force. Now it means we have to apply the force from the other direction, and we have to see whether the book will stop this time also. So in this activity we see that whether we are applying the force from any direction, the book stops after some time. So this activity proves that if we apply the force along the left, friction acts along the right, and if we apply the force along the right, the friction acts along the left. So this activity proves that the force of friction always opposes the motion of the object. Now, what are the factors affecting friction? There are given two factors which affect the friction. Number one is nature of the surfaces in contact. If the surfaces which are in contact, they are rough, they will have more frictional force, and if the surfaces are smooth, they will have less frictional force. Second factor which affect the friction is how hard the two surfaces are pressed together. If the two surfaces are pressed together very tightly, then the frictional force is more, and if they are pressed lightly, then the frictional force is less. Now here it is shown through a diagram. In this diagram, what is shown, we have to take an inclined plane, and then we will roll a cell over this inclined plane. If we put some firstly we will put some plane surface below this inclined plane, we see that this cell stops after covering a certain distance. Now in place of smooth surface, below this inclined plane we have to put some rough surface, like we can put some towel or some any other rough surface. Now we come to know that this cell stops earlier as compared to the previous one. So this activity proves that frictional force is more if the surface is rough, and frictional force is less if the frictional surfaces are smooth. In this shown, if the two surfaces are pressed hardly, then the frictional force is more. How? We can prove this by taking two boxes. One should be heavier and the second should be lighter. If we are trying to push a heavy box on the floor, it becomes very difficult to push it as compared to the lighter box. Why it is difficult to push the heavier box on the floor? Because heavier box presses tightly with the ground, whereas a lighter box do not press hardly with the ground. So if the weight of the object is more, they will bind together very hardly, and if the weight of the object is less, then they will not bind together very highly. So we can say friction is more if the surfaces are pressed harder, and friction is less if the surfaces are not pressed harder. Now I will explain about roughness, smoothness through the cause of friction. Friction is caused due to the interlocking of irregularities between the two surfaces in contact. No solid surface is perfectly smooth. This means all solid surfaces are rough. The degree of roughness varies from surface to surface. Some are more rough while some others are less. Even a surface which looks smooth to the naked eye is actually rough. In the case of highly rough surfaces, the surface roughness can be seen or felt easily. In the case of surfaces which appear to be smooth, the surface roughness can be seen only with the help of a microscope. When a body, say any wooden block, is pulled over another, these irregularities interlock with each other and oppose the relative motion between the two bodies. This gives rise to a frictional force. So in short, we can say friction is due to the roughness of the two surfaces in contact. Rough surfaces have large irregularities between the two surfaces, so they bind together more tightly, and in this way the frictional force increases. Two rough surfaces, when placed together, they meet only at certain points which are called irregularities. When one body is made to move over the other, the force of adhesion which occurs between these the irregularities of these two surfaces, then we have to apply some force to remove this adhesion force. So in this way we can say the force of friction is more in case of rough surfaces due to presence of more irregularities, whereas force of friction is less in case of smooth surfaces due to presence of less irregularities. In this diagram are shown the irregularities where the adhesion, or we can say the two surfaces bind together through their irregularities. So we can say frictional force is due to the presence of irregularities between the two surfaces, and it always acts in the opposite direction to the motion of the object. Thank you.